tabs open. There we are. Okay. Wait, where is it? Hang on. I'm sorry, I lost my place in the queue, but okay. Yeah, I think... Okay. Yeah, we got 3 submissions so far. Let's go. Or Cider. Did you use the form, or would you like to send me your image directly?
I should do that. I definitely was not just sat here staring at it.
All right then. All right.
I need to work out how to take a picture of this. It's dark.
Would you like me to wait for you to do that? Because we got our
yes,
first
because
submission.
I need to walk away for approximately 30 seconds, but I can still hear you. You just won't hear me. Actually, I don't know if it will pick me up if I shout across the room.
It'll pick you up in some fashion.
Hello.
All the ciders in the house say yo.
Oh.
Okay. All I heard was So
It's
yeah.
so disappointing. I was really hoping that would pick that up. I did a full-on yeah.
Oh man, maybe it was too loud. Maybe it was too loud and it cut it out because of that. So yeah, for anyone who's not familiar, this is the feedback round. We're gonna go through all the submissions and yeah, just talk about like how what this image like evokes in you. Just speaking for your own experience. Not making it about like the person or like, you know, trying to figure out what's going on with them, you know, what is their deal, but like just seeing like, okay, this is, so we have this hand which is opening itself up and like there's sand flowing in from above and dispersing all around the hand, like the hand tries to grab some of it. But the sand keeps flowing down. The hand can only grab like a little bit of it at a time. And there's also like that gradient. That gradient has like, gives a sense of like light coming from above, which yeah, makes that sense, strengthens that sense that like the sand is something beautiful, something divine maybe even. That like, you know, comes from a place of beauty, of, you know, things that you want. And yeah, which, it reminds me of like, the sand image is very strongly associated with time, isn't it? And it reminds me of like how I was already a little bit worried about the loss I would face before it even happened, and you know that kind of adds to the injury. Is that like I was thinking, Tayu, don't be so dramatic. It's not gonna be that bad, and you know then it was. And like I talked to a friend about it, and they said, you know, is it really that bad if something is temporary? And this brings to mind that, like, this feels like you're trying to hold on to moments and, you know, obviously moments, time is going to keep flowing. You can't keep hold of it. You could just enjoy it like for the moment that it does touch your hand. That's the sense that I get from this. It's like this kind of meditation on like how everything is fleeting. And it's kind of futile to try to hold on to these moments. What do you think?
I was pretty much thinking a lot of the same things as you, but also the fact that the sand is continuing to flow is also kind of hopeful in a way, you know? Like it's not like it's like some people might draw a similar image where the flow of sand coming from the top is cut off and it's just slipping between the fingers, but the sand is continuing to fall. So I think it's in that way it's kind of representing like both sides of the coin, right? Like it might feel like what you're losing is slipping between your fingers, but there's more coming, and it's almost like a kind of, to me I kind of see it as like a metaphor for like the impermanence of life. I guess you could kind of see it through like a Buddhist lens in that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, it's not hard to imagine that like maybe further downstream there is another hand like reaching into the sand. Like it keeps going. Let me see, let me catch up on chat. Loss of time is an actual cause of major crises. Is that even a word? And yes. An actual cause of major crises. What do you mean? It's like when I'm having a good time, I know it's got to end, and then it feels like it's on a timer. Yeah. That's a common sentiment. Like that all happiness is tinged with sadness because you know it's going to end. Like, God, that sucks. It feels like it shouldn't be that way, but I don't know a way around it. Just yesterday I found out the hard way that 1 cup of whole grain rice will feed me for 2 days. This feels like my relationship with time, at least on days where I don't feel like doing anything. Yeah, familiar.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those people that like beats myself up if I'm not using my time in a way that I feel is like useful or productive, and I've had to really, really actively rein in that side of me recently, because I'm like, sometimes just not doing anything is what you need to do, and that is the productive and useful thing that you can be doing. Like, yeah. I mean, I've been kind of joking with friends occasionally that it's like, hey, my plan for today was to just stare at the wall. I think I made that joke to you as well.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like, genuinely, I've been making sure to have blocks of time each day, or even a whole day a week, where I have nothing planned out. I'm just kind of seeing how it goes, and I'm trying to force myself to stop thinking I need to be productive, because sometimes you're just going through something and you just can't be, you know. Sometimes your brain's occupied by other stuff, and it's okay to do nothing.
I wonder how well does that work for you, the whole doing nothing thing? Because like
I really struggle.
Because like, in knowing myself, what the trap that I would fall into is that like I would end up like, you know, just doing the same thing that I do every day anyway, which is like, you know, just watching YouTube and like not even watching like interesting stuff, but like just killing time.
Yeah.
And that
is
not
I'm
really,
trying to be kind of mindful about what I'm doing, because I'm also aware of the fact that like I'm probably in quite a vulnerable place at the minute, so there's certain things that I could be watching that would probably end up being kind of not great for my mental health. So yeah, I'm trying to enforce limits on stuff. So like with YouTube, like I'm only letting myself watch things that are either my friends' videos because they make me happy, or things that like documentaries or video essays on stuff that's genuinely interesting. Because yeah, like it's so easy to just go into like a like an algorithm of brain rot,
Yeah.
and then the next thing you know, like you've spent an entire 8 hours literally just like watching videos that you don't even remember because you were just killing time.
Mm. Yeah, the
Yeah,
thing
I'm
about
trying. I'm
that,
trying to like
yeah.
force myself to have limits. Sorry.
No, just don't worry. The thing about that is, yeah, that like it's like one of those things that can be stabilizing, but it's like it's not good at like actually being healing. Like when you want to like, I guess when you're in like a serious crisis and you probably want to just like kill time until like things just naturally get easier. But after a point, you want to be in more of a state where you like actually do things that recover strength for you, where you actually like are resting instead of just like blasting your brain with like useless stuff that keeps it occupied. So yeah, it's just something I wanted to address. So that's
I've been trying
pitfall.
to force myself to do a lot of like stuff that isn't. It's either social, even if it is in like computer / internet based, or like with YouTube videos. I've only been letting myself watch them while I'm doing something else, like almost as like emotional support, I guess. It's like we've had a lot of paperwork to do, so I've been putting on the video essays and stuff while I'm doing that. But aside from that, I'm actually like straight up like I've put a block on my YouTube app. I'm not letting myself watch it. Like the only things I'm allowing myself to watch are like if a friend puts out a video and they've linked it, then I'll watch it. But aside from that, like basically nothing.
Yeah, you mentioned that you've been in voice chats and stuff, and that's a pretty good thing, I think, because it's really like it's one of those things that like it's just sitting there and not doing anything productive, but it is like that actual connection. Then that is very healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would be surprised by how many people would actually be completely okay with you giving them a call or just sitting in like a server voice chat with them. And even if you're not talking, you still kind of feel like you're present. Even if you just say something every half an hour or whatever. Like a surprising number of people are completely fine with doing that, and it's definitely like it's scary to ask people, "Are you okay with this?" But I think it's worth it, Yeah,
that's something I need to get more comfortable with, because I could definitely
do it with me.
More of that. Yes. There's a common sentiment with expressions of substances flowing through hands that, by trying to grip tighter to grab onto it, you tend to push it away even further. And I wonder if the hand being open is an intentional defiance to that trope, as a form of acceptance rather than a clinging to the sand. Oh, interesting. I hadn't considered that, yeah. Like, the available surface area kind of is less when you like bunch your hand up more. So, good point.
Yeah.
Oh, forever my own. Hello, welcome in. Okay, I guess onto the not onto the next one. Let's see what the artist said about this one. New people, experiences, and relationships are like a generous helping of sand being continuously given to you. It is impossible to hold it all, and sometimes difficult to remember that the lost streams can never be more than the generous one. The lost streams can never be more than the generous one. Interesting. Right. Because the lost stuff... Yeah, there's a continuous stream going on, and like it would be useless to try to keep grabbing onto the stuff that is fading away into the past, I guess. I see. Alright, thank you for that submission. And on to the next one. They will never stay near you. You will always be abandoned. Gato? Is that what it says? Gato? Oh, as a character. Okay. So, we have this character, this demon cat character. With their shadow taking this kind of demonic form, talking to them, saying these things, that you will always be abandoned. And then in the back there's these gravestones of friend 3 and friend 2. Wait, are those like, what does it say there? I think that's just like an ellipses. Oh yeah, and friend 1 in the foreground. So to me this feels like an expression of that trauma response, which, trauma response of course is there to try to prevent further harm. Like when you get traumatized, you're gonna develop some kind of adaptive mechanism, like hang on, let me try and get this together. It's like trauma means that you need to, it's like a really big impact on the patterns, on the what was the word? The schema you've been using, on your worldview, on how the world has been working for you. And now you need to try to rearrange yourself and figure out new schema, new ways of thinking. Yeah, oftentimes, like if the trauma really has a severe impact and you are left feeling very vulnerable, then you're going to feel like, I need to prevent this pain from ever happening again. And then the schema is going to be, I need to stay away from any possibility that this can happen again, which can make things a lot worse. Because if the trauma, for instance, is like some anxiety, if it's like one common example is like if you've had trauma regarding like a traffic accident, then if you always avoid like going to the place where it happened, or if you avoid driving ever again or something like that, then you're basically reaffirming that, or at least you're not ever challenging the idea that that thing is inherently going to be dangerous. You never get to make any more experiences where that thing is not dangerous. And oftentimes like that anxiety can even like spread into other areas. So yeah, it's important not to let yourself get like too lost in that trauma sauce, to try and still reach out and have other people check how healthily you're behaving, if like, to get like a little bit of a reality check every once in a while, to get people to reflect back on you if like you're to behaving in an unhealthy way. Yeah, because otherwise it's going to take on this whole life of its own and just lead you down a dark path, probably. Yeah. It's always following you. It's always like this, this shadow thing following you. Yeah. That's mainly what I got. You got any thoughts, Sai?
Yeah. I think that I am definitely there's a strong chance I'm projecting a little bit in how I read this. I mean, that's the truth for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody's got
I mean,
subjective
that's
interpretation that's in. Yeah.
yeah. That's why, you know, it's yeah. You should just talk about like what it evokes in you.
Yeah.
And, like everyone has to just know that like that is what's happening. You know, it's not like a wrong interpretation or anything.
Yeah. So obviously there's a lot of death on my mind at the minute. So I think the gravestones could well be kind of metaphorical, but I'm gonna take them literally because that's how I processed it. One of the things that can happen, especially when you lose somebody suddenly, is that people report feeling a lot of like guilt for what's happened. You know, it's like somebody will be thinking, oh, if only I'd, you know, called an ambulance sooner, or if only I'd stopped them from getting into the car that day, you know, or if I just delayed them slightly, or I wish I'd said I love you one last time. You know, those kinds of things are a very, very common response to a sudden loss. And it kind of reminds me of that. Like that there is a horrible thing that is part of you. It's a shadow that is coming from you, but it's looming over you, and it's always it's blaming you for what's happened. And like that feeling of like it's my fault that this is happening, and that's why they're not staying. I guess that's how I processed it.
Yeah, like thinking of the gravestones metaphorical like that, it didn't even really occur to me, but like that makes sense, doesn't it? Like because like as we said earlier, like loss can take a lot of different forms, and like even if someone has just like cut ties with you, then that's still like, you know, essentially that means like, you know, the thinking in Steven Universe terms, like you can think of a relationship as like its own person, right? And like that person, that relationship is dead now. Yeah. And what Flatulence just said, I feel that my dad died after refusing to go to the hospital, and I felt like I should have pushed him harder to go. I feel that. It was like my father also died relatively recently. It was like he kinda died to loneliness, in a sense, which is kind of really hard to process when, like, you know, I slowly noticed like him getting more and more depressed and like kind of haggard and stuff, and you know, kept trying to like, you know, gift him like a little ticket to something to and push him to like pursue some hobbies or something, but like he just never would do anything. And you know, then when the pandemic hit, and he was he had like a strained relationship with his neighbors, and then they cut ties with him. Very soon after that, he had a stroke and wasn't found for like a week. And yeah, that's another example of that, because like he did survive the stroke, but then, you know, the person I knew was basically dead, so that was already the loss there at that point for me. Otsugata means cat, for those that don't know. Yes. And yeah,
I've had a kind of similar experience with Osmod, because for him it was something that he thought was it was a kind of like long-term thing, but it was something where he thought he was fine, and I kept nagging him to go and get treatment for it, and he'd be like, oh no, it's fine. You know, like, and other stuff would get prioritized, you know, oh sorry, I can't, I'm too busy with work, oh, you know, we've got this like trip coming up, I can't. And yeah, I'm like, I feel like I should have pushed harder in exactly the same way, you know.
Yeah, that's yeah. There's a lot to take away from this. Like, you know, for one thing, like say I love you to a loved one right now. Like, call your mom, or if she's still alive, if you like her. If you don't, then
Yeah,
call
do it.
someone else. You know, just but like, you know, obviously just take that in the metaphorical sense. Call someone you love. Let them know that you love them. By the way, Sidra, I'm very glad I met you. I'm glad to have you in my life.
Likewise.
Yeah, but also, yeah, you can't make yourself responsible for that kind of thing. Like, people, you know, people are ultimately responsible for themselves. And,
Yeah, well, it's like everyone keeps telling me the saying, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, my autism brain didn't actually understand that phrase for a very, very long time. But I finally understand it.
Suba, if you just arrived here, then the timer is up, but you can probably still make it to submit your drawing. What else did I want to say? Right, there was something interesting about like also it's kind of it feels kind of interesting that like this person Snohive, thank you for the resub. I really appreciate that. Teiyu Connoisseur subscription active, nice. Oh, good morning, Suba. Yeah, this person, it feels like they lost these friends in a very sad way, but like their reaction is now angry. Like they specifically are like trying to intimidate away like anyone who tries to get close. They are, you know, they aren't seeking comfort. They're seeking to shoo away anyone who dares put them in the position of maybe having to experience this again. And yeah, that's just something I wanted to note.
Yeah, because if you're feeling guilty about, sorry, I'm adding my own thing on it again, but like if you're feeling guilty about something, then that means you're inherently blaming yourself. So you might genuinely think that, you know, pushing other people away, not letting them get close is a way of protecting them.
There was also something reminded me of something that came up a while ago, is that someone approached me about a friend of theirs wanted to push them away, basically, because they didn't feel like they could be a good friend to them. And like, you know, they were asking like, how can I approach this? Like, do I just stay obstinate and be like, no, I'm your friend, I'm gonna stay here? Because like, but on the other hand, you want to respect your friend's wishes, you know? And what I said to them in private, because it took me a while to really think how I would approach the same situation, is that I've been in a similar position where someone was like, no, I can't be your friend, just leave me. You know, that's the kind of thing you do when you when you had this kind of trauma, is that you try to push others away, like kind of preempt the loss. And, you know, it ironically can feel actually kind of more comforting to be alone, because you already know what it's like to be alone. So instead of like anticipating like, when is it going to happen, when are they going to leave me, you just leave them yourself. And yeah, what I said to them, and what I've said to other friends before that is that like, it's not up to you to decide if you are a good friend to me or not. Like, if you want to leave me, okay, like if you really want that, then I will respect that. I will still be here if you really decide. And maybe, you know, maybe it's not the worst thing to like drop a line every once in a while, like, hey, I'm still here. Just letting you know. But like, it is not for you to decide if you're going to hurt me. I decide that. I trust myself, and you should trust me to know when you are actually hurting me, when you're doing something that I don't like. And then, just trust me. You know me, you respect me. I respect your wishes, but also respect my ability to know for myself if I want to be friends with you. And I do. Yeah.
That's just given me another brainwave of interpretation on the art.
Oh.
What if the headstones don't represent like a literal loss, either in terms of like, death, or in terms of the relationship breaking down? What if it's like representing assumptions? So it's like you assume that all of the maybe not assumptions, maybe assumption is the right word, but like your perception of how the relationship is going to end up anyway. So, but then actually the person, because I don't know, I'm just, there's the one detail on it that's like tickling my brain is the fact that friend two's headstone has ellipsis after it. And I feel like that has a meaning.
Oh yeah.
And it's almost like, the way that when people will like put like an ellipsis when it's like, or is it? It adds a little bit of like questioning into it, Yeah, like a premonition. Yeah, exactly. But it's like a perception of what the future's going to look like rather than actually like a story of what's happened. So in that way, it kind of directly links to the text.
True. Good point. Okay, hang on. Rev said something. My best friend at the time ironically died to an overdose of antidepressants. I still don't know if it was intentional or not, but he was really reclusive in the months before, and we were never big on regularly meeting up or anything. But there's still a little voice in the back of my mind that won't shut up about how maybe it's because I wasn't there for him. Yeah. An overdose of antidepressants, like I think that's probably hard to do unintentionally. Unfortunately. But yeah, it's definitely like, you couldn't have done more than you did. Like if they were that reclusive, if they didn't clearly give you signs that anything is going on to let you know that there's something for you to do, then like there's nothing that you could have done reasonably. Also, I love you too, Lankery. Also, Kier, hi, hello, thank you for the lurk. What is that with the horse about? I don't get it. Have you not heard that before? You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink? It's basically that thing, like, you can offer someone help, but you can't make them accept the help. You can just say, like, hey, it's right there. You have to drink it yourself. Like, I'm not gonna do, like, an IV or anything. What I mean by that is that he was one to experiment with substance abuse, but knowing him, he wouldn't have been that careless. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. I think we're done with this one for now. Except, what they said about this one. I mostly associate loss with my abandonment issues. Mostly platonically, but romantically too. That's about as much as I can really think of into this topic. Okay, no worries. That was plenty. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, this one's gonna be an interesting one to interpret. Hey, what? Yep, that's mostly just white. Hang on, let me see. let me double check too. I'm not seeing a loss reference in here. Is the white space intentional?
I'll be proud, everybody.
I don't know.
I think the white space might be intentional.
Yeah, probably.
That's my gut feeling. And even if it isn't intentional, I think it says a lot.
So, hang on. Okay. Okay, so, oh god, this is hard to manage on this screen. Okay, just imagine that the white space is there. Interesting. So here we have a person, a person alone in like a large white space, which, for me, white space, like calling it that, I can't help thinking of Omori. And like, what's really interesting here is that like little black spot was not even like a little black spot. It's like a hole in the middle of like the torso. It makes me wonder like how genuine is that smile on that face. Like I get a sense of like someone kind of like just kind of functioning, kind of like keep on trucking through like a void of nothingness, and they like try to keep like that smile going. Which like there's this thing that like if you smile, if you're feeling bad and you smile, it actually makes you feel happier. But it's one of those interesting things. Like, is that a good thing to do?
Boo boo.
Boo boo? No.
It got replication crisis.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Yeah, that. So the finding was I know this research. So the finding, the reason why people think this is because there was a very, very famous paper where they got people to take a pen. I don't know if everybody has something vaguely pen-shaped, but if you put it in your mouth like horizontally, then it kind of forces you to have like an open mouth smile type of thing. And there's another way that you can put it in your mouth, which is like from the end, you know, like if you're chewing on it, and that forces you to have a kind of like frown type of face. And they tested whether doing long ways versus horizontally made jokes funnier, I believe, or comics. And the finding that they reported was that apparently it did, but the paper the study has since been replicated quite a few times, and we can't replicate the effect. So it seems like one of those things where either it was very, very contextual, it was like only specifically in that context that it worked, or it might just be randomness that was published as a paper, which unfortunately does happen. Yeah.
Interesting.
Let me try. I'm going to try and find it. It was the facial feedback hypothesis, I believe.
I thought that was kind of accepted because I also heard that is a reason why people who get Botox injections are reportedly happier.
I have also... yeah, it's literally... That's on the Wikipedia page. I don't know anything about the Botox, but what I do know is about the replication crisis.
Yeah, I thought I had self-applied that thing and had like a little bit of success with it, but then there's the question of like, okay, if I'm like already at the point where I'm where I can make efforts to make myself feel better, then like what comes first, the smile or the decision to do something? So yeah.
Do you have? Can I put links in your chat?
Sure.
Paper. Sorry for taking over and doing science. I apologize profusely. So yeah, there was this paper was a replication of the pen, and which was one of the core papers that informs the facial feedback hypothesis. And yeah, the meta-analysis found that it found that there wasn't a significant difference because they used like confidence intervals, which is basically we're 95% sure that the value we're expecting is going to be in the range. But basically, if the range includes 0, then a lot of the time that means that there probably isn't an effect. So basically what the findings indicate is that either the facial feedback hypothesis either doesn't exist in this multi-lab replication, or that it's a really, really tiny effect and we can't find it. But the number of people that they used, I think, was pretty big. So there's a really funny like demonstration of the facial feedback hypothesis test in the paper. There's like an image of somebody doing it. I'm just gonna quickly check. Yeah, so they did it across 17 labs, and each lab had a minimum of 50 participants in each condition. And the total sample size I'm trying to find.
Should I keep talking to chat while you do that?
1,700-ish.
Okay.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
I'm so sorry for going off on that tangent and just couldn't stop myself.
No, this is actually really cool.
It's one of those things where it's interesting because people do very, very consistently report like a subjective feeling that if they're smiling, then it makes them feel happier. But when you look at the quantitative data, that doesn't seem to happen. So is it that people like are kind of convincing themselves of something that isn't really happening? Is it that the experimental methods that we used didn't really capture the qualitative experience? Or is it that people who have heard about the facial feedback hypothesis then believe in the facial feedback hypothesis? Could be any of the above. Yeah.
It could be placebo effect, or it could be that thing I said, or yeah. Also, what Connie says, it doesn't work for me, it does the opposite, it grades against me. If I feel negative, then acting like I'm feeling positive makes me feel worse, it's lying to myself. Reminds me of like, I've heard that like it's, I've heard that specifically autistic people tend to struggle with like self-affirmation because it feels like they're lying to themselves. So that might be a thing. Yes. I also get that, yeah. It's hard to do that kind of thing. So yeah, I think for me it really was just like, I don't know, I'm doing something to try to make myself feel better. So it's like, okay, that's nice. Sounds like the sunk cost fallacy. I don't see the connection there more. Makes me happier than I can put into words that my terrible drawing is leading to this discussion. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can say anything else. Like, it feels like this kind of artificial space that you've created where, like, yeah, you can just run around like, yeah, oh yeah, wait, Lancruz said something amazing there that I like that one big void in the center, like that one vending machine sign. The light inside is broken, but I still work. That is, I love that. That it's like one of those, that sign's like one of those things that really shows that like anything can be art if you frame it right. Yeah. The moment passed, you were talking about the Botox. Oh. Ah, that's what you mean. Okay.
Oh, okay, I
Oh,
understand.
I don't know. It feels like for the Botox, it could be. I can see it going the opposite way a lot, where like you think that it's going to make you happier and then it doesn't, and then you get all the less happy. So I don't know about that. Oh yeah. You got any ideas? Any more ideas about this drawing?
Yeah. So first of all, I know you've kind of already touched upon it, but I'm gonna say it again. Like the hole in the middle, like that is a feeling that I can relate to, and it is a feeling that so many people report after the loss of a loved one or the end of a relationship. Um, but also like I feel the white space around it. To me, it kind of reflects the fact that like sometimes when you experience a loss, everything that's going on around you kind of just feels pointless and meaningless. Like, or or maybe it's just like not the most important thing that you should be doing. So I've had quite a few things where I've just kind of sat there and I'm like, why do I have to do this? Like, why don't like I have so much
Yeah.
paperwork and it just feels so pointless. I know I have to do it. Everyone's telling me it's important and I have to do it. I know cognitively that it's important to do, but it just feels like, what is the point? Because there's so many, like, everything else is kind of paled in comparison. I kind of like the fact that it's white, actually, now that I've used that phrase. But then on top of that, like after like a lot of the time after I lost Husmod, I just spent so much time like dissociating. I was just completely on autopilot for a few weeks. Like it took me a few weeks to even like announce it to the community. Like I like for my streams, I just disappeared. And then I just came back like 2 weeks later, or maybe even 3 weeks later, I don't even remember, and was like, hey, this has happened. I'm going to disappear again now, bye. And that was because like I didn't feel like I could be present enough to stream for a long time because I was just like not there. Like mentally, I just wasn't there. I just like, as in, I felt like I wasn't in my body. I felt like I was just nothing around me was real. And I feel like it kind of captures that feeling quite well.
Yeah, like, it occurred to me like during the break, like I had this thought of like, oh man, maybe it wasn't necessary to invite Sai. But like, hang on, like I just had a little brain blast. Mylan, Egmon, oh hello there. Hi, by the way.
Mylan.
But then, yeah, I think you being here is putting me a lot more like in the moment, and like if I didn't have you, I think I would be a lot more like, like that figure, just like in that void, like, hi, I'm here, I'm doing things, I'm saying the things, I'm saying my phrase that I say to greet people, because that is what I say. Hello. Going through
I am
the motions.
definitely not a pre-programmed robot.
Yes. Ah. Yeah, that loneliness, the void, yeah. Lankari, you're so good at this. The brush size of the void is different from the brush size for the person's figure, which I'd like to think is because big concepts like big emotions can feel larger than our tiny human frames. That is so good, Lankari.
It's so good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What did they have to say about this one? I thought about loss as a hole in me. It never gets filled, but life goes on. I make an effort to smile and help fill other souls, at least to an extent. Oh yeah! Right, that could also be a thing. Like, life goes on, like, towards the right. There's still... It continues. Yeah. Because that's one of those image things that like we tend to see images from like we read images from left to right. So the right seems like the future. Although, I would hope that like there can be like a little bit more color, like just off screen. A little bit more happening there. I would love that. But yeah, thank you so much for that submission. We're on to probably our second to last. Unless someone slides in. Also, there's an ad going to happen soon. Sai.
Yes.
Since this one is yours, should I, would you like me to, snooze the ad?
No, I think I'm not gonna lie, I think I need some sugar.
Okay. So
I need some sugar before I talk about this. I need something unhealthy.
5-minute break? Okay. 5-minute break it is then. Alright.
Thank you.
See you all then. Joru's evolving. I'm gonna be strong and a credit to the team. Look at him! Look at him! He's beautiful! I failed to read the Pokédex entry. Oh, that was adorable. I love it. Pankons, oh no. Oh no, but I need the pankon. No, I don't have the pankon. Oh wait, there's a pankon. What am I doing right now? You couldn't eat the pankon fast enough. I still have the pankon. Go, go. Go. Go, 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 go. Hello. Be great. Ugh. Oh dear. All the rate. All the rate. I depart. Even if the problem is koalas. Where's the koalas? They'll get you. You won't even know it. Last thing you see is a shadow dropping on you. And then your throat is sliced in twain. This doesn't work. What? Wait. What? Oh, that was that was something. Oops. Yeah. Aw, god damn it. At least we got an upskirt shot. I'll just give myself a headbed. There we go. Hi. Oh God! What is that thing? It looks like a gong. Ugh. Can we?
Beep boop. I'm a robot and I eat batteries instead of normal people food.
That is not correct.
Robots do not consume batteries in the same way people consume food. In fact, robots do not possess digestive systems. Some robots do not even have mouths.
Bread does grow. Goats prep. Do I me that you prep? Bread. Reps of prep. Bread, croissant, bread. Croissant, bread. That guy was just going ham.
Okay,
Yeah, dude.
I'm back.
I guess.
Welcome
maybe I was
back.
just,
Thank you, and welcome back to you too.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess,
Oh yeah, this is me.
yeah, but, yeah, I guess, I'll be talking about this one, and then
Yeah,
I'll read
I'd love to hear what
everyone's.
you think.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear what you think, and then also what chat thinks, and then
Yeah.
I can say what I think after.
So this is very interesting. Oh. So this is, I get this similar sense of like empty feeling from it, but like in a different way. And it's like, it's interesting because like there's one person who seems like kind of a shadow. There's one person who seems like kind of like translucent, not quite there. And in the intersection, there is like what feels in this context like a filled in person. Or it's the opposite, I guess. I guess the intersection would be the emptiness rather. I guess both would be ways to think of it, like, although, okay, I don't know why that was the first thing that came to mind, but I guess I'll just keep entertaining that thought. The first way I interpreted it was that, like, you know, what there was a person who made you feel complete. Like, not speaking to you, but like, you know, just this is how it feels to me. Like a general you. And then like that part of you where you met them, that felt real, and now all that's left without them is just kind of a shadow of you. But I think what probably makes more sense is that like there used to be this intersection that made up part of your life, and now that they're gone, there's that emptiness there. Now they're gone, and there's just that empty void, and like, you know, it's like I'm not a complete person anymore. Like you yeah. It's really, I joked earlier about like the Steven Universe thing, but like it really is like when you love someone and you spend so much time with them, they just kind of become a part of you. Like in terms of identity, in terms of your lived experience. And like, you could even say that, like, the the intersection between you is like its own person, its own dynamic, its own individual a living being. But like, yeah. I know, sorry, I'm struggling to find words. But
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. Sorry, I'll go to chat and see what they are saying. Hopefully I can jog my brain like that. This makes me think of how loss can feel like it overlaps every movement in your life. The stippling reminds me of particles, and that then makes me think of how loss is so deeply ingrained into us as mortals, broad as animals experience it too, that it can almost rearrange us, change who we are, maybe even what we stand for at our very core. The shadow to me symbolizes a dark time looming, but as with shadows, they change based on the light. They can grow or shrink or change shape. Oh, interesting interpretation. Oh. It looks like holes, but also two people being pulled apart, like part of you is leaving. I'd read it as the overlap being the infamous loved one shaped hole that have lost loved ones tend to leave behind, in which case felt. Looks like a Venn diagram of a person between two states. I don't know what the two states are, maybe before and after. Maybe actuality, feelings. I only know my own loss, so there might well be a lot that I'm missing. No, that's totally fine. My interpretation is as a statement. The whole self is equal to a void and a state of cloudy fuzziness, which stands in contrast to how a typical person might feel as they are composed of multitudes. The loss is a function which defines, both describing as well as prescribing, the new state of being. Lankery, that is way too much for me right now. I cannot follow that. Yeah, I'm struggling to stay conscious. But or perhaps instead of a state of cloudy fuzziness, the dotted lines are often used in construction diagrams as what has not yet occurred but will in the future. So it's like a state of what could be or could have been. Man, a lot of different interpretations. That's so interesting. Yeah.
And they're all really good interpretations as well. Like every single one of you, including you, Tiger. Every single one of you, like really, really interesting and excellent interpretations, I think.
Yeah, I think off to visit my mom. Take care. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, like the fact that in my eyes, yeah, the person on the left, the whole outline of a person is like, the person from whose perspective this is, and the other one is the other whole person outline is like the person they lost. And yeah, the fact that the remaining person is like drawn in this dark shade, like they are just a shadow, like that really intensifies that whole feeling that like they're not complete anymore. And like, yeah. The vertical lines on the shadow grieving person looks like rain, something symbolism. Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, I think I'm done. So
You're seeing way more symbolism in this than I intended. I'm not complaining about that, for the record. I think that's amazing.
Hi, Evil Miara. So, what were your thoughts going into this? And yeah, what were some interesting thoughts that you you take away from people's feedback?
Yeah, I think okay, I'm not. How can I think of what I'm going to say? I have a bit of a tendency to approach expressing how I feel in art still slightly scientifically, which is why I instantly went for that Venn diagram imagery. It's one of those things where, like, if you're trying to explain a concept to somebody, like, it's very, very, it's intuitive, right? People seem to just kind of understand it, even if they don't know what a Venn diagram is. Which I think is what kind of influenced my choice of that imagery. But yeah, I love the way that there's so many layers of interpretation into, honestly, what I wasn't really thinking when I did it. It was just kind of like, it just felt right. And I think that everyone's interpretations are actually kind of showing, like, there is more than, like, there's a lot kind of bubbling under the surface that maybe you can't put into words, but other people can help you put into words, which I think is exactly what's happened here. Like, hang on, what Caramel Reverie said about the love one shaped hole, like, that was in part what I was thinking. So I didn't realize when I was doing it, but I think for me, there's kind of two simultaneous interpretations. There is, like, the hole and the fact that it leaves you a shadow, and they have kind of become a kind of like their presence is there, but they're not physically there anymore, which is why it's all dotty, right?
Yeah.
That is definitely one part of what I was thinking. But there's also kind of, like, I think you mentioned this actually, like, there's the kind of flip side of it, which is that also they helped you to feel whole. But just because they're no longer physically there, that doesn't change. You know, like, they're still with you in your memories. They're still with you in the way that you live your life, the way that you move forward. And in the same way, even though you may feel like a shadow of who you were, you still have that source of light in you from what they gave you. Yeah. Which is why I did it, like the left is meant to be kind of me and the right is meant to be Hosmod. But seeing how everybody's interpreted it, I think that either could be either, you know?
Yeah, man, like, I can't believe that didn't occur to me, like, that more optimistic interpretation, that, like, that the way in which they shaped you is, like, still there.
I mean, to be fair, I would generally say that I am a natural optimist. So I tend to see things like that even when I'm feeling bad. But I like, yeah, like, I don't think I intended the dual meaning to be there, but I think that's what I put into it without realizing, if that makes sense. And I think that some of the interpretations really hit on that, you know?
Something that occurred to me is, like, didn't you say at the start that, like, you approached this in a pretty what was it, like, rational way?
Yeah, that just tends to be how I kind of process information.
Well, it's interesting because then you went on to say that, like, you didn't think about it at all and just did what felt right.
Yeah. I started with the Venn diagram because that's what's felt rational, but then it kind of, you know, like the lines and the dots and the like the choice of the dotted line on the right hand figure person and stuff like that wasn't conscious choices. So it almost started off, like, when I started, I just did the Venn diagram and it kind of then morphed out based on the feelings, which you're right, that is quite funny.
Yeah. that is how that goes, and that's how you get all these different interpretations. Is that, like, you started from, like, just, you know, an image you got just immediately popping into your head, and then just went by feeling, and then yeah, that feeling that gets, like, you know, that's not just like, that's more than just like an image that says like, here, this is what loss feels like, you know? That's where like people can resonate with it. Also a really good picture for being on paper. I always get flare and artifacts when I take pictures of paper. Oh, true. All right. Well, thank you so much for this. And
Thank you.
yeah. And unless Suva slides in real quick, this is gonna be our last submission. Which, hang on, I'm gonna need to move you a little over here. Ah, dear. The clarity of the paper helps with the clinical vibes. Oh dear. Oh man. Oh no. Oh, this is hitting me. Oh no. So we have this person dreaming, maybe daydreaming, about their grandma. Oh wow, you made such a miraculous recovery. Are you feeling okay? Quite alright. Do you need a lift home? And then, you know, it's just a dream. And then, I guess apparently you lived, and you're just driving again now. How long is it gonna be before that's a bad idea again? At least with you gone, I know you're not suffering. So having you back is just waiting for you to suffer again. Oh. Oh, interesting. So like, huh. Wait, there's a lot more there than I...
There's layers to this.
Yeah. Because it's not just like, oh yeah, here's a dream about like the lost one, the last loved one, which that hit me immediately because like I still get a lot of dreams where my father pops up and it's like, oh, well that's nice. And then I wake up and it's like, oh wait, shit. But oh. But yeah, then it feels like there's this kind of struggle with that idea, like between the waking and the sleeping, where it's like, oh, so you're back and not dead anymore, and like, oh, is that even, oh, I guess that's like, it's kind of like that. Like you're struggling with feeling happiness for that. It's kind of like not even being sure, like, okay, can I even feel happy about like this imagined reunion? Because like now there's just like this uncertainty again. This idea that like they did die. I guess you're just back now. That's great. Right. When are you gonna leave again? Should I just stop dreaming about this and instead just like accept living in a reality without you? That struggle with happiness and unhappiness. Like the unhappiness feels like shit, but then the happiness again has that tinge of knowing that it's not gonna last. There's the gradient. I guess green is the grandmother's color. And so the gradient goes from more greenish to more of a purple, which I guess is like a blue-red. Like red, I guess, is the color of the character herself. And the blue kind of... purple is kind of a dreamy color to me. Like the green... that kind of green and purple is very dreamlike to me. That's like the color my dreams have. At least that's what it feels like to me. Man. Oh yeah, wait. The different color of the text. Like the man is in reality. Is the sobering realization that, like, I don't know, man. I guess I'm just gonna stick with being in this reality and not even bothering with the daydreams or anything. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the same thing. It's almost like it's like the internal dialogue of kind of working through how you're feeling about it, right? Like, on the one hand, I would love to have you back, but then on the other hand, logically, I feel like it might not be a good idea, but then I wish that I could, but I know it's going to hurt you. Maybe it's better if I'm hurting instead. That's kind of how I'm reading this. Because, like, a loved one appearing in a dream is it seems to be very common. And I can imagine for some people it might be quite comforting, but for other people it might be quite hurtful in a way. And they're like, I think that in a way it's quite easy to romanticize it and be like, oh, if they came back, we'd spend all of this wonderful time together. But in reality, it kind of would be exactly this, right? It would just be like getting on with the day-to-day tasks, like driving or making dinner. Like it wouldn't be the romanticized idea that we would love it to be. I think to me, it kind of reflects that as well. Like, there's part of me. Sorry, I'm going to insert myself again. But oh gosh, sorry. There's part of me that sorry, I have a medication alarm, and it's just gone off.
Everyone take your meds.
Yeah, everyone take your meds. But yeah, it's like really easy for me to, like, if I'm inserting myself, it's really easy to have this romanticized idea of, like, if Cosmod came back for a day, then we'd go out on it, we'd go out and we'd like have a really lovely day together, and we'd like go out for a date and stuff, and maybe we would, but realistically, if he just walked through the door like right now, it would be like, how are you doing? How was your day? Shall we get started on dinner? Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that occurred to me is that, like, the line, "You're just driving again now. How long is it going to be before that's a bad idea again?" It makes me wonder if this grandmother died in a car accident. And, like, the fact that she's offering a lift home, that's like, ooh, there's like already like some dark elements sneaking into that dream. Like, yeah, I'm driving just fine. Just let me take you. I was like, no.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like having to relive that awful trauma again, like, because of what seems so normal.
General Hellcat. Very back and forth emotional response to a rational one. Desire evolves to a somewhat acceptance, stages of grief, yeah. Something like that. And yeah, medication alarms are smart. I have them too. Alright, let's see what they had to say about this one. Oh, a lot. Okay. My beloved grandma passed last year, a month before her 99th birthday. Oh, just last year, really? Oh man. Sometimes I dream that she's still alive and that she survived the harrowing misery that was her whole body not working like it used to, and she just went back to normal and can walk again. And it's not comforting to dream about her being back, because I think at least a part of my dreaming mind knows she's gone, and so it's like just going through the pain of losing her again. I've known most of my life that she wouldn't be around forever, and I spent most of my life emotionally preparing for that, and I've already accepted that she's gone. So having her back in my dreams is just like throwing me back to the past with my pre-grief, we have to go through all that preparation again, because I know she can't live forever, even if she made a miraculous recovery this time. Oh, sorry, it's hard to talk this much. Some context. When I was a teenager, her observancy was already starting to fail, and she would make mistakes while driving, increasingly often, making me extremely nervous to be in the car with her. She never got badly hurt in a car accident or anything, and neither did I, but it was a big worry. We eventually managed to talk her into quitting driving, but it was difficult because the alternative transport options were not good, and she struggled with not being as independent as she once was. So the thing about the driving in the art, often when I dream about Granny being back alive, she's also driving again, and it reinvigorates those old worries. Oh. So on one hand, it's rough to dream about her again because I wake up and realize the lovely person who raised me is no longer here. But on the other hand, it's also a relief to wake up because I remember that she's no longer in so much pain, just from lying there in bed and existing that she requires morphine. And it's a relief to remember that I'm now an independent adult who doesn't have to rely on an unsafe driver to get places. And that Granny is at peace and not lonely and miserable and depressed and literally telling people she can't wait to hurry up and die. Oh, it was nice to have her in my life, but I think it's for the better that she moved on. From what she's told me, being old is a horrible and torturous experience, and she deserves to be free from it. Ooh, I hope it doesn't have to be that way. Being old. When I wake up from dreams like that, I don't cry or even feel that much emotion at all. I just kind of sit there and go, man, that sure was a dream that probably says something about me psychologically. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, how'd that call me? I hope tutoring was good. I think the thing you both missed is that I'm not dreaming that stuff on purpose. It's in my sleep and I don't want... Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like dreams or daydreams. It's in my sleep and I don't want it because it makes me feel bad. The progress from top to the bottom of the drawing is meant to be from dreaming to waking. Thoughts becoming more lucid. At the end I'm awake and thinking about the fact that I just dreamed about her again and now I gotta have thoughts, man, yeah. I picked green for the dream side of the gradient because I couldn't think of a color that represented unhappiness. Blue is supposed to mean sadness, but I thought it would look like a blue sky, which is supposed to be happy. The green is supposed to be sickly and unhealthy. Going back to an era of worry about her rather than the present relaxed, comfortable purple where I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. That color when it's like all grey and unsaturated. Yeah, that feels unhappy, definitely. Oh. Okay, and yeah, we didn't get any new submissions. So that was the last one. Ooh. And yeah, thank you for that submission. She was skateboard kickflip kind of sick. Yeah. Okay. I guess, yeah. I guess we're done here. Is there anything you would like to say still? Sai?
No.
Okay, cool. Because I am about ready to flop into bed. Okay.
I feel that. I feel
yeah.
that. It's a very intense subject, and I think we've probably both come into it feeling emotionally quite heavy anyway. And
right.
you know what?
Yeah.
It's in an interesting way. It's actually made me feel a bit better. But I'm also very tired.
Yeah. Yeah, it does do that. That's a common thread, like after art therapy too, is that like, you know, you feel better, but then it's also like, oh god. But yeah, right, I didn't even show mine yet. You feel
wait, you didn't?
Yeah. I'm glad you're feeling better, Hellcat. Okay, put this away and bring this back. So, yeah. What are your thoughts on this one, Sai?
I need a minute to process it.
I want to hug that creature.
It feels.
Yeah.
That's a mood. It feels very raw. It feels very raw. There's that symbolism of like things slipping through hands again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the bright colors around like like going up into the top. My literal autism brain is telling me it's autumn, but I don't think that's what it is. I feel like that might, to me, that kind of shows like even if, like I said, the figure to me is showing a very, very raw, like profound sense of like, I can't put my finger on what negative emotion. Like I would describe it as like, oh God. Like I don't know how to put that into words though. Like, oh God, you know? But then the bright colors are almost kind of saying like, even if you feel like it, like, you know, if you feel like the color is slipping through your fingers, if you feel like the experience is slipping through your fingers, like there's still so much more of it around you. You just kind of need to look up and see. So what feels like a loss, there's more to experience, and it will potentially teach you something. That might be my optimistic brain doing the optimism thing again.
The optimism thing. The scribble eyes, pain and suffering, but in the cute, small, sad creature way. Yeah. The colors of
pain.
fire. Yeah. The colors of fire remind me of how a lot of times loss can feel like it's burning. Sadness or rage, or sometimes even a sense of numbness. The character holding the little bits of fire are the representation of processing the loss and slowly letting it go. Oh, interesting. Huh. The shadow around the head really conveys how it really just gets to you emotionally. I felt this once. At one point I could feel joy, and it would slip away really quickly, like I can't hold on to joyous feelings. As is our eyes and removing stress has helped a lot. I'm much better now. Put another way, I see red, yellows as the joy, passion. Yeah, that's what I was thinking going into this. Like, I was struggling to find a way to like express how this this loss isn't just like this one loss, but it's also making me feel like I am feeling really tired and less willing to even reach out my hand anymore to like find more joy. And yeah, that's what the colors are to me. Like it's all gray, but then the colors are bright and vibrant and stuff, and they're falling all around me. Just, you know, not on me, because I don't know, that's just how it is, but like I could reach out there and it's like, and maybe even move right into it or something, but like I reached into it and I thought I had something, but then it's like just like falling through my fingers, and then it's just like I can't hold any of this. What's the point even? It's just gonna fall away again. It's just gonna leave me again. And then it's just like this, yeah, this empty pain expression, just like, oh, you know, oh no. Oh. Yeah. That's what I had in mind. I saw the red as the rage or pain. Oh. Yeah, that is a very interesting way to look at it. Yeah. I'm not actually sure how much I considered the angle that like I can still reach out into that stuff, like when I was drawing it. Like I think it might have just come to mind that like It's out there and, not falling right on me. And then it's like falling through my hands. But yeah, I don't know how much I really considered that. Like, I still have the power. It's just like this motivation to keep getting up and saying, okay, dude, like, you've had a taste of it. I mean, reasonably speaking, like, it has proven that, like, it's not that unlikely to find people I can get along with, right? Because, like, that has been the thing that the thing that the trauma has been telling me for many years. The trauma of, like, going back even further through to, like, school years and stuff, was that, like, I don't fit with anyone. I can't find anyone, barely anyone, like 1 in a million people who, like, really I can just hang out with and it feels nice and right and I'm comfortable and stuff. But, like, it's not that bad, actually. It really isn't. Like, statistically speaking, that would mean that I've won the lottery quite a few times. So I don't think that's the case. So it should be worth it to just put myself out there, because even just with, like, how little I have put myself out there, I've been making these connections, even if they didn't necessarily last. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the way that I think about things, sorry, this is, like, only kind of tangentially related, but the way that I think about things is that, like, even if finding someone that you get along with is 1 in a million, like, there's 8 billion people on the planet, that means that there's still, like, 8,000 people. You just got to go find them.
Yeah.
It's scary, but it's increasingly doable. And, like, it's one of the things that is amazing about the internet, really. Like, we're friends. If it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, like, I don't know, like, it can be really, really hard to find that motivation to go, and to look up and to see the colors and to move yourself into them. But I don't know, I think I see the payoff more than I see the effort, if that makes sense. I don't know.
That's a good way to feel, probably.
I've taught myself how to do it.
Yeah. Well, teach me how.
I'll try.
Okay. Also, thank you for the follow, person who just followed. There's the sigh optimism again. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You have so
I
many
can't be
superpowers.
stopped.
You really are a magical girl.
Yes, I change people's perception. That's canonically my power. I'm doing it right now.
Also, hi Big. And Hellcat and I have been in VC this whole time discussing how colors can have different connotations depending on context. Like red, yellow can be passion or joy or rage or caution. And you said something that gave me an idea about this drawing. What if it's both? What if the joyful experiences are also scary and you avoid them because of how intense they are? Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a common thing. That is, like, something I discovered in one of my collabs with Isin the Vampire. I was looking at phobias, and apparently there's an actual phobia of, like, happiness, because you have, like, learned this fear that, like, whenever you feel happy, it's, like, too good to be true, or you've learned that, like, if you laugh too much, like, you get smacked down, like, literally maybe by some abusive parent or whatever. And yeah, that can be a thing, that, like, you actively avoid things that make you feel happy because, like, it's just too connotated with, like, pain and loss. So yeah, that is definitely a thing you can read into this, or rather, it's like a valid interpretation. IF with a stream type heavy, hell yeah. We do this every Sunday, except when we don't, but like we do mostly. And it's much easier than we think to just go out and find the people we vibe with. Just a matter of wandering for a little while. At least that's my experience with it. Yeah, I mean, considering like, okay, no, I don't want to go that deep into it. Okay, but like, yeah, I didn't want to get too deep into like how this happened, this bad thing, but like, yeah, like, it was like one of the first times that I really opened myself to the possibility. Like, I approached a social situation in a different way, and you know, one of the first times I did that, I already, you know, made friends with someone, so that was great. Anyway, the yellow obviously represents turmeric, and the red represents beef tips. This is a subtle hint to the fact that I'm hungry. Yes. Projecting just as much as the rest of us.
Hey, so it's a core motivation.
Indeed, indeed. Okay. Yeah. So, with that, we can. Where's the beans? Sai, we need to get the beans. Meanwhile,
I am not gonna lie, I did eat beans for lunch today. I made a bean dip and ate it with tortillas, and that was my entire meal.
fair. I mean, you could do worse. You could do worse.
I mean, it's like a comfort food for me, you know, because it's like the texture's consistent, and you can make it taste however you're feeling in the moment. So yeah, that's like my go-to, is that like I make a bean dip, and like if I'm having a really bad day, I just eat it with a spoon. But today I felt fancy, so I had tortillas, like tortilla chips.
Oopsie daisy. Rev, could you end the prediction? Also, Hunter Cuckoo Valia, hello. Saw a historic cooking video where they made sausage out of beans and spices, and I thought of Sai. Aw, that is so beautiful. And the prediction result is none. Hey, no one gets bitten today.
Yay! I'm so proud of you all.
Congrats to Connie and others for winning. Ooh, okay, is there anyone you would like to raid?
Is there anyone who we both know who's live right now? Let's have a quick look.
Well, I guess that would be Horatius the dwarf.
Yeah, we know Horatius. I'm thinking. I feel like his stream is the most relevant out of all of the one. I'm having a quick look down the list.
Okay. Let's do that
Or
then.
I guess the other alternative could be Digi.
Oh yeah.
Either one of those.
Let's go with Horatius. He's even having the open house thing.
Oh yeah, today's open house. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that then. Okay. Meanwhile, everyone, yeah, like I said, we do these streams every Sunday, mostly. Oh, if you could stick around for the raid real quick, I would appreciate that. Yeah, if you if you're new here or haven't followed me on Blue Sky and or Twitter yet, or haven't joined our Discord community yet, I would appreciate it if you could consider that. We have a very lovely community, and the socials are a good way to keep up with what I do. I also have a YouTube channel up, and thank you for the follow. yeah, if you're new here also, consider following. We don't always do this kind of thing, but we do have the vibes usually. Bye, my GF, good friend. Aw. Yeah. If you're subscribed, if you are subscribed, here's the raid message for you. If not, here's a raid message for you. Or you can replace those emotes with whatever feels right for you. Either way, make yourselves heard. And here's a little shout out to Horatius the Dwarf. So, in case the raid doesn't take you, you know where to go. Just click on that
May I
link.
suggest an alternative raid message?
Oh, please do.
There you go. There's a suggestion.
Hell yeah.
Got both of us in it.
Okay. Real. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sai, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope it was nice for you.
It has been. It's been really nice, but also very intense. But also, I'm really glad that I did it.
I'm glad. Yeah, it was also really cool to like get your perspectives on things and not to have to do it all by myself. And yeah.
I hope that I helped as well. I hope my presence was a help in some way.
It was.
Yeah.
Like I said, it like really grounded me and stuff. Yeah. Okay, everyone, take care. I have no idea when the next stream is gonna be, because I'm still sick. But, yeah, I seem to be getting better, so we'll see. So yeah, I think that's about all I had to say. So, take care, everyone, and remember that you're loved. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh.
The art is easy, so the fan art is easy. The greatest adventure is what lies ahead. Today and tomorrow are yet to be said. The chances, the changes are all yours to make. The mold of your life is in your hands to break. The greatest adventure is there if you're bold. Let go of the moments that life makes you hold. To measure the meaning can make you delay. It's time you stop thinking and wasting the day. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you all for coming by. Teiyu, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it, my bud. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Saidere, always a pleasure to see you, my Saikoshi. I want to say thank you so much for coming on by and supporting the stream today. You two are awesome. Thank you for coming on by. I know you guys are collabing. Dogs of the Park be like, I would be honored for you to bark back at me. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate the love and the support, everyone. Thank you for coming on by. My name is Horatius the Dwarf. In case you all don't know about me, my name, like I said, is Horatius, and I do psychology content on Sundays and video games on Saturdays. I'm a mental health professional on the work week, and that's about it. We play, the game gives me this song makes me nostalgic. Yep, something sniff bunts, something yeah. You're also doing this. Yep. Oh, hello. Good to meet you. Good to meet you as well. We are Teiyu, Saidere, everyone, all your community. By the way, we are only 7 followers away from making 7,000. So if you want to be a contributing follower, that would be fucking sick. Evil Myra, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Mayra. Mira, I hope. I don't know. I hope I got there. But that would be awesome. Hit that follower goal. Let's fucking go. Follow Horatius right now. Come be Belladonna. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in as well. A torturing whore with the alarm point redeem? Yeah, bro, Myra lives in his head rent-free. She's my niece, broth. I love her to death. Of course she lives rent-free in my head. What the fuck is wrong with you? Plus, I got to hang out with her today, which is always makes today a good day to hang out with Myra. That's what scared of women whore is. Shut the fuck up.
Oh dear.
Myra immediately in my DMs.
Her is so funny. I love her so much.
Those kids do not draw a penis.
I met her at Vexpo.
Ah,
She's so sweet. I love her so much.
nice.